All right. Now we're doing FreeCodeCamp, JavaScript algorithms and data structures, basic data structures, create complex multi-dimensional arrays. All right. So awesome. We've just learned a ton about arrays. This has been a fairly high-level overview. Fairly. And there's plenty more to learn about working with arrays, much of which we will see in later sections. But before moving on to looking at objects, we're going to take one more look and see how arrays can become a bit more complex than what we have seen in previous challenges, right? So one of the most powerful features when thinking of arrays as data structures is that arrays can contain or even be completely made up of other arrays. We've seen arrays that contain arrays in previous challenges, but fairly simple ones. However, arrays can contain an infinite depth of arrays and can contain other arrays, each with their own arbitrary levels of depth. So arbitrary just means whatever level we choose, right? And so on. In this way, an array can quickly become a very complex data structure known as a multi-dimensional array or nested array. We're going to consider the following examples. So we've got nested array, we've got this main array here, and then we've got as this first element an array right here, and this array has this deep in it as the element, all right? And this second element is this one here, and it's got two arrays as elements inside of this one, and each one of them has a string inside of it, all right? And then this one is the third element of the main array, of this main array, right? And this one, hold on. And this one has this one's first one is an array like this that has arrays like this that have elements like this. And then the second one is an array like this that has an array like this that has an array like this that has a string like this, all right? So let's go over this. The deep array is nested 2 levels deep. The deeper array is nested 3 levels deep. The deepest arrays, so these two, are 4 levels, and the deepest est is 5. So this one is the 5th level of deepness, right? So while this example may seem convoluted a little bit, this level of complexity is not unheard of or even unusual when dealing with large amounts of data. However, we can still very easily access the deepest levels of an array this complex with bracket notation. So we do something like this: console.log nested array 2 1 0 0 0. So 2, here's 0 1 2, all right? And then what did it say? 1. So 0 1, right? And then 0 0 and 0 is the string deepest est, all right? And now that we know where that piece of data is, we can reset it if we need to. So we could just do this right here and say now equals deeper still, changing this deepest est to deeper still when we access it, right? It's a little confusing, but whatever. Let's just get through it. We'll see so many of these by the time we're making actual money doing this that it's not even going to be a big deal. So let's just get through it. So over here, we've got a defined variable myNestedArrays. It's set equal to an array, and we're going to modify myNestedArray using a combination of strings, numbers, and booleans for data elements so that it has exactly 5 levels of depth. 5 levels of depth. We're going to remember the outermost layer is level 1. So what we got to do is somewhere on the 3rd level, we're going to include the string deep. On the 4th level, we'll include the string deeper. And on the 5th level, we'll include the string deepest. All right. So in my opinion, the most easy way to do this would be something like this. I don't even want to do it like that, honestly. What we're going to do, I mean, we could change it inside of it. I don't feel like doing that though. So let's just come down here and say my nested array at 0, I should say, now equals, and we're just going to get rid of all this junk right here. And we're just going to say array 1 And that one's going to have array 2 inside of it. Excuse me, array 2 inside of it. And that one's going to have another array inside of it. And this one's going to have, what did it say? One deep. So it's going to have deep as the first element. And for the second element, we're going to have another array. And inside here, we're going to have another one that says deeper. And then we'll have another element. The second element will be another array. And we'll say in here, another one that says deepest. All right. So basically we got rid of all this stuff and we just made this array now have only one element, and that element is this right here. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So let's do a console.log my nested array. And what? Oh, add 0. Okay, so this is 0, and then the rest of this stuff. So this is, we changed this one to this, and the rest of this stuff is that. So let's run the test. Come on now. 5 levels of depth. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I guess that's 6. Let's get rid of this one. Let's get rid of this outer one. How about that? Huh? Console. Come on now. Let's get rid of this one. Now let's run the test. Okay, there we go. Anyway, it's a little confusing, but whatever. Let's just get through it, guys. So here's level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and then this one's level 5 right here, right? So run the test, looks good, and submit it. All right. Now we're on to add key value pairs to JavaScript objects, and we'll see you next time.